Mohamed Salah has just scored a 95th penalty winner for Liverpool to make that 4 out of 4 wins. Dramatic win for the Reds.
That's absurd.
Yeah, I cannot believe it. The reaction video to it will be coming out soon.
I almost weed a little bit. Like a little bit. Not a lot, but just a little bit.
It is outrageous how we're still getting away with it. And in this video, we're going to do like a little post-match reaction. The 5 things that we learned from that game in particular, as well as the rest of the season that we have done. And I think we can't start anywhere else, but we've just done it again. We've scored not just a goal late, but a late winner in a very tight game again. At what stage are we watching games of football for Liverpool?
Well,
and
yeah.
we go, it's just not going to happen. And yet, again, it does. Like, there was literally 93rd minute and Frimpong's putting in like a cross that we've been doing all game, leading to nothing. At what point do you think it's just not going to happen this time?
Well, this is our first point. Are late winners more sustainable than we thought? Because, let's not kid ourselves. It's not. You can't go 38 games and win all of them in 80th minutes plus.
What stage do we start saying that? Four in a row, though.
4 in a row is unheard of. It's, as well, sorry, I know, kind of unrelated, winning your first 4 Premier League games is almost unheard of. Not many teams do that.
Yeah, no, I'm
Very, very difficult thing to do.
as dramatic and great as this is. The main thing, even the performance, we can talk about that in a minute, but the main thing is you get the points and you win.
Yeah.
And to be clear from the other teams, the way that we've done it just makes it so much better.
Yeah, but back to the late winners, it was something we knew under Klopp we had in our belt. We weren't sure if Arne Slot would keep that. Last season we saw that he did. Not like this. This has been ridiculous. And I don't know, who's our next game? We've got Everton.
We got Atletico
In the Premier League.
in the Prem, it's Everton. We're going to be playing, you know what, just rock up to the live stream in the 85th minute and then we'll come alive, because that is what we're doing at the moment.
It's I don't know about you. I think it's not sustainable from a footballing standpoint, but it's nice to know we can rely on it. I don't think it's as absurd as everyone's saying, because you know the way Arsenal rely on corners. That's stupid. It's as stupid as us relying on late winners, because it's not a great way to play football, but if it works, it's not like, and it's not, people are thinking we're getting jammy, which we are, but it's not as jammy as you'd think. We have to have that many bodies in that many areas. We have to apply a certain amount of pressure for teams to keep dropping deeper and deeper. Burnley were on the edge of their 18 from kickoff. The fact that they managed to get 10 yards deeper shows exactly why that happened. They were all on the edge of their 6-yard box, and Hannibal, the idiot, came on.
I'm so glad
I hate him. Hannibal came on, and it's because they're deep. They're trying to defend so deep. They're panicking, and that's one because they're a newly promoted side, and that was their tactic. But it's caused an error. Like, we're forcing these errors. Like the Chiesa goal, that was a forced error. They're scrambling it on the edge of their 6-yard box. The Dom free kick's a bit of magic, but the Engamoa one, they got overexcited because they think they got, but we apply so much pressure, we're forcing these late goals. It's not out of nowhere. There's a reason we're scoring these late goals. It is jammy and it is insane, but like, my point is, these late winners I don't think are going to be as much of a surprise as the season goes on. I think it's going to be our gimmick as well as killing teams, because I can't wait for us to actually get our football down, because we haven't done it yet, but we're relying on something that I don't think is as ridiculous as some people are saying. I think we're going to get more of these throughout the season.
So why is that though? Like, why are we doing that? Why does it keep happening? Why is it Liverpool that...
It's because we've got 7 forwards on the pitch.
Do you think it's just because we're bombarding?
And this is why teams win the league. It's why City won the league for 6 seasons. It's because a goal can come from absolutely anywhere. It's because a goal can come from... Kirkhead's when he's on. Robbo less so, but we know he can score. Both centre-halves can score. Every right-back we play...
You're more talking the attacking players.
Yeah, but this is my point. Ryan Gravenberch knows whether he's already scored. Dom scored. And McAllister can hit the back of the net. And then all the forwards we know obviously can score. And we are sharing the goals out. Salah, once again, has contributed. Honestly, people saying he's sleeping this season. He is for the first 90 minutes, but he's got 3 goal contributions in 4 games. As a player, we're expecting him to get a goal a game. That's not sustainable. But these late winners are. So, yeah, that's, I think, point 1. Late winners sustainable.
Yeah. It's also, because of the I put it down to one, the quality we have, and the composure joint with that. Because even then, for the penalty, we were sweating watching the penalty. So to go and take the penalty, we've got the bottle, and we've got the quality, like Dom's free kick. Rio, at time being 16, first touch, pretty much, to finish that in such a big moment. Like, the quality and composure that this team has. And then the will to win, the do not die. Let's do everything we can to get a winner, and let's just hope like that quality and composure kicks in.
Well, speaking of Rio, that's going to bring us on to the point number 2 that I'm very big on. Rio and Gamoa, especially in those type of games, needs more minutes. I was clamoring, if anyone watches the reaction, I'm not sure how much of it will make it.
Well, you can watch the full live stream as well.
How often was I saying, I think from minute 55, I was saying, I want to see Rio and Gamoa. I didn't want him on then, but I'm like, once we hit 65, 70, in those type of games when teams are sitting so deep against us, I've not seen a fullback able to defend him. Yeah. Have you? Look, in the pre-season, in the games he's come on, he's just been magic. And even today, that Frimpong chance he created, Carl Walker looked like he was going to poo himself. He was like a geriatric. He was like, got his mobility scooter out. He had no idea how to deal with him. And he created 2 or 3 chances whilst coming on, and he was only on the pitch 10 minutes, if that. No, I'm just saying, like, I wasn't calling for Gakpo to come off, but we need to find a way that when teams are sitting deep, and we saw it under Klopp, and we saw it last year under Arnie, when teams sit deep against us, and sometimes it's just not going your way, like the ball's just not going to find the back of the net. Obviously this season it is. He seems to be the guy that it's like what Palmer was like at City, where it's just like he's just a bit of magic that when it's not working, you chuck him on, he does something. Pep Guardiola had no interest in it, but a player that will create something out of nothing, and you need that at a club. That's what Saka's been for Arsenal at time, or even Trossard was at the start of last season.
Players just have like match winners that come on, but also that's sort of why we spent 100 million on Wirtz, to be that player in these types of games. We didn't think it was coming from a 16-year-old.
Well, he's 17 now.
17.
He's well on his way. Well on his way. But yeah, that's my... I don't know if you agree, but I think he shouldn't be coming on necessarily at the 60th minute, but I think he should be getting definitely more than 10 minutes to do what he wants to do on the pitch. Because you saw how the game... how they got sent off just before he came on. But I think when he comes on, we look electric, and that's me.
The sending off helped as well, because it drags the other person back and makes the big pitch bigger, and allowed Rio to attack. The one with Rio, I'm quite interested in. At what stage does it become we need to protect him to, we're actually killing ourselves here. We have an unbelievable talent just sat on the bench. Let's get him on the football pitch and win a football game for us.
I don't know, but we've pulled Chelsea's pants down by getting him at our club.
Yeah, he is.
That's the main point.
But yeah, a really, really good footballer. Bit of a game changer for us as well. Another person that I actually thought had a really good game.
We're moving on to point 3.
Yeah, I'm moving on. That was Ryan Gravenberch. I thought he just kept the game ticking in a game which we were saying during the live stream would be quite easy for him because they were so deep, Burnley, and he didn't really have like a cam to mark because they played pretty much with a central striker and the wingers would attack, but the midfield just stayed to protect. But he's the one, especially in that first half, that just keeps the ball moving. He's so important.
It's hard to say because in this video where it's stuff we've learned, like we knew it, but it was because in games, the 3 games we played have been quite scrappy this season.
They've been quite back,
That was a game where we had, I think, must have been about 70% of the ball, if not more. And he just kept it ticking. I've never seen a player remind me so much in different ways of Sergio Busquets, where he receives it, and before he's even touched the ball, defenders are being sent. Like he's just so quick on. He moves with the ball like a number 10, and he defends like a centre half. I can't work it out. He's just so good. He's like all those free Barcelona midfielders. Just slightly worse than all of them.
He was the best in there today. I know this wasn't in our 5, but
no,
because of that, I'm just quite intrigued to see what you thought of Wirtz, like another player in midfield, because there was a lot of pressure on him to be the guy in these sort of games. Did we think he played well, or is he just sort of underperforming, or doesn't seem that price at the moment?
Right, and we might end up doing a video on this because I'm keen, and you know what I'm going to say. he's obsessed with Mo Salah. Like every pass, I want to work out how many passes he played that were to Mo Salah in comparison to everyone else. I love it. I want them to link up. I know this doesn't really answer your question, but he needs to be the guy for the amount of money we spent on him. And what worries me is I thought when Conor Bradley came on, slightly shifting, he was excellent as well. Frimpong came on. He obviously got the penalty, won it if it wasn't for handball. That right back spot isn't Dom Szoboszlai's. That number 10 spot might be. Because there's no reason, there's nothing in the rule book that says when you spend £100 million on a player, they have to start. Isak didn't even make the bench. It would be embarrassing though, wouldn't it? Isak and Vert's just not there at the lineup.
I think in a minute we should make a comment about Isak as well. Just the thought of that.
Yeah, I'm happy to. But my main point with that is I don't think Verts has played well enough in any of these 4 games that warrants him starting ahead of Dominic Szoboszlai in the 10. I don't know about you. I thought he was a lot better this game.
Thought that was his best game.
But we had 70%. I'm actually, do you know what, I'm going to check it while we're on here. How much of the ball we had in that game? Because if it's any less than 70, it's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah,
There's no world it is.
It's a game where he should.
81% of the ball. Like if you're
the creative.
You're the creative player. You should be getting on the ball. And I don't think he. Do you remember anything he created? Really?
I can say that about the team though. Like, is it a?
But that's his job. That's your job. that is his role. And I'm not bagging on him. I thought he played all right. But my thought is that would we be better off of having Dom in there and having Bradley at right back or Frimpong at right back who's going to create something? All I'm saying is he hasn't got the Mo Salah status for me. Your price tag doesn't give you a spot in the team. Mo Salah stays on the pitch for 90 minutes for that reason. Florian Wirtz doesn't, for me.
Yeah.
He got hooked in the end, didn't he?
Yeah, and it was for the match winners, Frimpong.
And my boy Engamoa, who is disgustingly, so many years younger than me. It makes me feel so old. But yeah, on Florian Wirtz, I don't think he's earned the right to expect to start. And whether he doesn't, I'm not making a comment, and he probably doesn't. But I don't think, as fans, if he's not on the team sheet, I don't think it should be a big deal. I think it should be step up. I wouldn't put it past Arne Slot doing it. He hooked Kirkers after 38 minutes from a tactical perspective, but from a ruthless. Just because you're there, I don't trust you completely. I don't trust anyone. There's so many people that want your spot.
Yeah.
And there's a player in Dom Szoboszlai who wants to play in that position, who's been our best player all season. So in my mind, he could be the guy that's in that 10.
Yeah. Well, as you were talking about Kirkers as well, I think that's a
nice little segue.
Nice little move on to point 4, where one is a point 4 which is sort of split in half. One, Arne Slot does not give a monkeys who you are. He just hates the thought of being down to 10 men. It was a dive from Kirkers and should have got booked. The other foul with the last man was a bit of a. It was a foul, but it's a bit.
Nothing wrong with it. It happens, isn't it?
It can happen, but the fact that he was able to he took him off, and then
celebrating the win.
He took him off and made the sub not even before the 40th minute mark for Andy Robert, who I actually thought played really well.
Yeah, but this is the point. Obviously, we sort of know Arne Slot's ruthless, but the main takeaway from the Kirkers situation is that Kirkers' spot? Because Andy Robertson's shown for 7-8 years
Something like
that he's a reliable left back. He was shaky last season, but really that was the first signs of him being shaky. Didn't look shaky today. Granted, 80% of the ball. We mustn't forget that it's been 80% of the ball. But he was reliable. His deliveries were good. He came on and got a nutmeg and almost scored a Trivella. I'm not saying it's Robbo's spot now because he played well, because I think Kirkers I thought was brilliant, even in the first bit. But it was the dive and a silly yellow. It might be an experience. He's 21 compared to Robbo, who I think is 31.
Yeah, but
around
I think
that age.
This is why I think we're in a good position, because we can give Kirkers the start, but when times get tough, because of his inexperience, he can learn off Robbo. In the training ground, because Robbo can then sort of show him the way, say how it should be done, because he used to be able to do it and he sort of struggles a bit now. But if it does become either too much like either he's playing too many minutes or like today in game, it's just not working and he's struggling.
Yeah.
You can bring on a reliable Andy Robertson.
Yeah.
And
he'll get the job done.
And it's not like we're in a position we go, oh, if you take Kirkers off, we haven't got anyone that can really play left back to a good enough standard.
It is, if we see the lineup on Wednesday or we see the lineup on Saturday and it is Robbo starting, it's no questions asked.
Yeah. There are a few people, like you said, I think there are a few that are fighting for some spots, which is why I'm going to sort of go with the Isak, where even when you're saying with Verts, big call, I think, once Isak's up and running, who ends up starting? Because Ekatike struggled today, but he was 1 against 3.
But even that, I don't think it was a bad performance. I think he made himself a handful in a setup where they're not interested in letting him have any of the ball. Because, like, in no world was he expected to receive the ball there.
Yeah.
Like, he was not expected. And that's where we sort of lost it with Verts. Because Verts was meant to be the one that, like, dragged one of the centre-halves out. And I don't... We've spoken about Verts. Speaking of forwards, though, I think point number 5, a big one to make, is we've learned why we don't take Mo Salah off. We've known it for years, but there's always a thing, even in the game, we're both saying, like, Salah could come off here, that he's played bad, but you just don't take him off unless you're winning. Salah doesn't leave the pitch if we're not winning.
If Salah, even when we're winning though, he hates it as well.
Yeah, but that, like, a general rule, if we're not winning a game, Salah is on the pitch.
It's crazy though, because I think, again, he was nothing today. Like,
he just scored a penalty.
That's all he did.
He just scored a penalty, but what's wrong with that? Because it's a goal.
The Bournemouth game did nothing, was awful. Gets a 97th minute, just consolation goal. Extra goal after Kear's one.
There wasn't whatever the word for it is.
The Newcastle game stunk the joint out. Literally was the assist to Rio's goal. Nothing against Arsenal, but then today, nothing again. Get a penalty in the 95th minute, and out of that whole squad, there's no one more still. Even though his conversion rate is a bit shaky at times, there's no one more I'd want over the penalty spot, especially in a moment like that. Not just taking a penalty, but the 95th minute. He's been there, done it all, got the t-shirt.
He's just so reliable.
Yeah.
And it was the one as well when Engamoa cut it to Frimpong. I was like, I want that to be Mo. That was like in my head. I went, that's going in if that's Mo. It's because he's the guy, and he's Man City's Haaland. He's Arsenal's Saka. He's Christian's God or Jesus. I don't know. He's the guy. Like, he is the guy. And he has everyone, like, he's statue outside of stadium territory of player.
Yeah.
Like, he's the Omri of Arsenal. Like, he is arguably, I'm not saying he is, the best Premier League player of all time. Stinking out the joint with performances, but can you name someone who is better than Mo Salah at scoring goals? Yeah, it was a penalty, but did you see the ball hit the back of the net and then us scream? If you didn't, the reaction video is going to pop up like here in just a minute, and you're going to click that and you're going to watch it.